while in New York, something very interesting happens. This guy who is funny as hell walks up on Alec Baldwin. I don't know if you've seen this or not, folks. This guy is just so talented. And I'm sure if you're Alec Baldwin, obnoxious would qualify him. But Jason Scoop stands up to Alec Baldwin and is calling him out and is getting on his last nerve. But he gives him a compliment at the end, comparing him to Robert De Niro. You have to see this. Go ahead and play this clip. So at least he gave him a compliment. You got to respect that. Go ahead.
Alec, it's your favorite round. Alec, I will offer you a total pardon, because I want to be friends, right? I want to be friends. I will give you a total pardon for murdering that woman. If you kiss the ring, Alec. Wow. Kiss the big, beautiful ring. Come on, Alec. Come on, look at Alec Baldwin, right? He did that impersonation of me. It was not too hot, not too good. But look, we're back in office. You lost. Kamala lost. She's somewhere getting intoxicated. Look at that suitcase. Unbelievable. Well, Alec, if you don't want that pardon for murdering that woman in cold blood,
unbelievable.
You can call it first degree. You can call it whatever you want, but it was not good. She's looking down on me right now. She's smiling, happy. Thank you for confronting the man who took me out, who killed me.
Look at the Uber driver. He's like, look, just get away.
Listen to what he says, though.
Sure.
No, you realize, by the way. No, look at me. I want you to look at me.
Sure.
You got a camera on me here?
The ring. No, it's the ring.
But you realize my kids live in this building, right? But I want you to know something.
We love the children. We're doing great deals for the children. Okay.
If this camera was here, I'd snap your fucking neck in half and break your fucking neck right here. You know that, don't you?
Okay. All right, Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin, ladies and gentlemen, class act. Believe me. Believe me. Okay. Oh, he's yelling at me. I'm a citizen of this. I was born and raised in New York City. I love you, Alec. Alec, look, Alec, you don't want to attack your favorite president, Alec. Look, I love you. I love you, Alec. He's got more balls than De Niro, that I can tell you. De Niro ran away. Alec confronted. That's good. He's strong, but also he's weak because he murdered a woman. So that's okay, right?
Oh my God.
That's okay.
Yo, Jason, let me explain something to you.
Is that a guy who came to?
He was here.
Wow.
He debated.
I remember
me.
he said, Patrick met David. What a guy.
No, my favorite is when he says African Americans, he pushes forward. He goes, and I love the African Americans. And he squeezes.
He's really talented.
He is so. By the way, doesn't do the old stuff. Doesn't do the spray. He just puts on the hat. He is the best Donald Trump supporter out
Him
there.
or Shane Gillis?
Shane Gillis, yeah, because Shane Gillis does the whole thing, but he's been doing
All right,
it.
so what are your thoughts on this?
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
God, Jason. No, go ahead. I want to know your thoughts.
I think there's two things that are going on here.
Anyway, so listen, Brandon, I really think that... No, go ahead.
You can check out Vinny at the Comedy Club in Turlock, California.
Yeah, 700 seaters sold out. Yeah. Anyway.
With your mom, your parents, your Syrian family.
Yeah,
Vinny, I swear to God, Vinny, you come near me one more time. The guy's clearly talented. He's clearly funny. You got to have brass balls to show up at Alec Baldwin's house like that. But at the same time, if this dude showed up in front of my house, if he showed up in front of Bay Colony, I'd break this guy's neck in 2 seconds. If he was around my family doing stuff like this, I'm actually shocked that Alec Baldwin didn't murder you. Because there's a big difference between being funny on the street in front of a red carpet appearance. I get it. You're going to show up in front of my house where my kids are and be a tough guy. I actually give Alec Baldwin literal credit for not snapping this guy's neck. He's funny. He's talented. You show up in front of someone's house, you're going to have a problem.
Brandon.
He was mocking him on TV every day during his presidency, so he brought that upon himself. And
that's not in front of his house. That's on TV.
Yeah,
that's
even worse. It's in front of the entire world. And he was mocking him during sensitive times too.
No.
And it wasn't even a funny mocking. It was like a hateful
Brandon,
mocking.
I don't know if you understand this. That wasn't actually Donald Trump.
Yeah?
There was a character.
Right, come on, make the argument. If you disagree with me,
he was making fun of Donald Trump, not that guy. So what does that have to do with this?
What, that he was in front of his house?
Yes.
Yeah, so what? He's in the middle of the street.
Yeah, if someone showed up at your parents' house, your parents threw that nice 30th birthday, and they start condemning and going in on your parents.
I would laugh
what
at
would
them
you do?
if they were doing a perfect imitation of Trump.
In front of your parents' house, you're going to chuckle, you're going to be on his team?
Yeah.
Then you're a pussy.
Or I'm not sensitive.
No,
maybe you're overly sensitive.
In front of your house?
Well, when you say
it's
house,
in the middle
it's
of the city, by the way.
Street. This is a Manhattan high-rise in the street, bro. I'm
are
sorry,
boonies.
New York is touchable. You're touchable in New York. It's not like he went to his Montana house out on a ranch.
But he
He's
did
in the
show up in front of his house.
He's standing in the
If
street.
he saw him at Robert De Niro at a red carpet, that's one thing.
Adam, there's illegal
All right, guys,
sleeping outside in hotels.
Vinny lives at 127.
Come to my
Don't make
apartment.
me dox
Hey,
you.
come to my apartment, but you better be armed and ready to get your ass shot on me because I'm fucking armed to the teeth. Come to my house. Come
Bingo.
to-
Bingo.
Yeah, well-
So Alec Baldwin armed to the teeth.
Oh, no, you think
exactly.
you think a
Not
Democrat
anymore.
Have you
liberal?
seen the movie
you think
Rust?
well, yeah, he might. Forget what I said.
By the way,
What do you think, PBD?
Well,
Someone
listen,
shows up in front of your house.
You guys know the part is saying you murdered that woman. I'll pardon you. Whatever. He did not. Like meaning the story of the setup when you go through it. Even guys who can't stand him said this wasn't on him. This was the job of the other person to kind of check it. Now, don't get me wrong. Guys like me and Vinny, military background, we naturally know what you have to do and go through it. But the lawyers, when they fought the case and they went through it, this wasn't something that Alec, we had lunch with his lawyer just a couple months ago. Not a couple months ago, 5 weeks ago, we had lunch with him, right? That we sat down and we went through it.
And two of his brothers.
And this is a lawyer that's also a lawyer of Musk and is a lawyer of a lot of different people. So it's not like he's just a liberal lawyer. No, having said that, that's one. The other part is, you know, when the way this works is in life is if your business model is mocking others publicly and humiliating them, you can't get upset when they do it to you. You just can't. You're in the ring. That's how it works.
Good point.
Okay? When you're in it, you're in it. So you did it, and it's going to come back. That's kind of how this thing works. You can't, expect you know how some people are very good at talking shit, but they can't receive it and take it?
Yeah.
Listen, man, you've been talking a lot of shit, and he's giving it to you. And for Jason to go there and do it, great. The other part on the family side, I side with Adam on this, but it is New York, and New York is not Florida. New York is
Concrete
a
jungle.
very different model and animal. You either choose to live there or you choose not to live there. It is disturbing. It is uncomfortable. And I'm actually very surprised that he didn't do anything. Literally. If that was done to Vinny, I don't know what you would have done to the guy if he came up to you. If it was done to you, I think you would have also gotten upset at the guy.
Probably.
Because it was. But guess what? Jason won.
Yeah.
For sure.
Of
Meaning
course.
that's exactly what this is.
Oh, yeah. he
Jason
wanted that.
won. So he got exactly what he wanted to get that he didn't get from De Niro.
And contrast that with if he didn't react like that, then he wouldn't have won. It wouldn't have been as big of a deal.
No, that's right. And so Jason won in this, and Jason's funny as hell, and he keeps doing this, and but
one day,
the wrong person could.
You say
do
that to the
something.
wrong
Yeah.
person. Some guy's gonna literally
All right,
snap
let me
your
go
neck.
to the next story here. So this morning, I'm reading an article from 2017, Kellogg. Okay, Kellogg School. Kellogg is known as one of the best marketing schools out there. Rob, if you can go to the story here. If you can just go to the story, click on the link below.
That's
Watch
at
this one here.
Northwestern, is it not? Where
It's
is
a
it? Where's
very,
Kellogg?
very, very respectful school. Sitting near a high performer can make you better at your job. It's called the spillover from certain coworkers can boost our productivity or jeopardize our employment. What are they saying? Go a little bit lower to read this a little closer. The people we sit near at work inevitably impact our day. They may brighten our mood or drive us crazy. So for me, like I have a problem here, right? 25. What's more, our
I have
work
a good problem.
neighbors can actually change how we do at our jobs. Researchers looked at the 25-foot radius around high performers at a large technology firm and found that these workers boosted performers in coworkers by 15%. That spillover, positive spillover, translated into an estimated $1 million in additional annual profits, according to new research from Dylan Miner, an assistant professor at managerial economics and decision sciences at Kellogg. Now watch this here, how this continues. So 25 feet, radius, 15% positive, okay? Watch the opposite. The flip side is that bad eggs impact their neighbors too. Negative spillovers from so-called toxic coworkers is even more pronounced, sometimes having twice the magnitude of impact on profits as positive spillover. Yet, while this toxic spillover happens very quickly, it also dissipates almost immediately once that worker is either fired or relegated to the far physical reaches of the company. You can stop with the story here. What is this story about? If you think about a lady this morning, Crystal, her and I Minnect a lot, She Minnected me today to speak to her son, 13-year-old son. I've met him before. So I sent him a message this morning on the drive here talking to him about what it is to be 13 years old. Yeah, I've been talking to my boys right now about a book I'm reading called Aggressive Girls and Clueless Boys. Every father with boys has to read this book because nowadays girls are approaching guys about sex and flirting versus it used to be the other way around. We had to. Today, girls are the ones that are more aggressive. If you have a son, do whatever you can. Don't look at the ratings. Just go read this book. It's 80 pages. You must read this book. Every parent, it's very necessary for you to read this book. It's 136 pages. So I'm talking to this kid about one of the most basic things you can do in life at early ages to win is choose your friends wisely. Later on in your career, one of the best things you can do in your life is choose your bosses, the company you work with, and your coworkers wisely. You do, you'll grow. You'll do better. You don't, you'll hate the company. You'll hate your boss. You'll be angry at everybody. You'll be walking on eggshells like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And you're thinking it's you, it's somebody else. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people in life are crap magnets. There are people that purely are crap magnets. They cannot help themselves but constantly attract negativity and problems in your life. You got to do whatever you can to avoid those folks. But if you can simply decide to attract better people in your life can improve in every possible way. Many years ago, I wanted to learn how to be a better networker. There was a guy I would work a room with, and I would watch this guy. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's a great networker. I'd never seen a networker like this before. This guy was a former hairstylist for Diana Ross and Michael Jackson, and he would go into a room, and it was like, boom, he went from this guy to that guy to this guy to this guy to that guy, and then all of a sudden we're in the office of the CEO's room. I'm like, how the hell did this guy do it? Couldn't believe how the guy would network. What's the moral of the story? Networking has changed. There's been an evolution to networking. But for us, I took many of those things I learned many years ago, and I applied it in business, in raising money, in getting in rooms, and getting guests on the podcast, and recruiting folks who became presidents of the company, CTOs, technology, investors, raising money. But the ability to network is so critical today because there's an element of networking that's also networking and finding your peer group, your friends. There's 8 mistakes people make when it comes down to networking. Next Tuesday at 3 p.m., Tuesday, March 4th at 3 p.m., I'm going to give you a PDF of the 8 mistakes people make on networking. On this webinar that I'm hosting, you can go to vtwebinar.com to register. Again, vtwebinar.com to register. You're going to get those 8 mistakes. Trust me, you want to know what these 8 mistakes are because it's do's and don'ts that we'll cover on that podcast and that on that Zoom. It's a 1-hour Zoom, free for everybody. And I'll share the evolution of networking tools. And also on that webinar, I'm going to give you 3 updates. Massive, massive new features on Minnect that I'm so excited about. And an opportunity for some of you guys to come and join us at Kentucky Derby. So go to VT Webinar, register for it, and I look forward to seeing you there next Tuesday, the 4th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Registered. We'll see you there. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.